point is your real self separated from your agenda, or your personification. So if, for example, you know, society is pushing in a direction that you don't personally agree with, but you push yourself. Society. If you push yourself to, well, I mean, in the face of society, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. If you do want to become financially successful, at least in the face of entertainment, a lot of the time you do have to pander. And that's just it. That's the problem with society, is that a lot of the time you can say fuck society because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't embrace proper values.
I want to tell you the real secret, okay? You want to know the real secret?
What's that?
Fucking look at the stock market. Pay attention to the graphs. It's all a fucking trip, okay? The graphs on the fucking stock market, they're all readable. I'm telling you, man. Fucking days that are buy and days that are sell. It's the stock market that runs the whole entire United States under the gold fucking commodity. I swear, gold equals fucking inflation, gold equals currency, gold equals everything. I'm telling you.
But what happens?
I have financial success.
What you want, motherfucker?
But what happens when it fails?
Success.
What happens when the stock market fails?
Well, when it fails, that means another country, not in the U.S., but whatever else is doing well, right? Another country takes the place and does well and makes a good return on gold sales. The other country is just fucking totally, the stock crashes. The stock market crashes for the other country.
Well, that's
when it fails, the stock market crashes. That means that inflation hits the top of the top, right? And fucking bills are just double return.
Well, it depends on the politics. I mean, here's the thing.
You want to see?
I can't speak with 100% authority on this, but I have taken marketing classes and I have taken a lot of American history. So I've kept up a little bit with economics, and that I understand that when the American economy fails, the world economy fails, because there is a lot relying on this. So the thing is that while you're right about inflation to an extent, that is material inflation. And the point of the free market, the point of the society that we've built, we don't want people to hold onto all of their value in material form. Otherwise, that won't trickle down at all. That won't integrate into the market, right? So as a general rule, you want people to be invested in the banks, right? But when the banks aren't solid, when the market isn't stable, how can you rely on it?
Third party are the banks, right? The only thing that you can rely on is the government. So if you look at anything federal, the only thing that's reliable are the federal means. If anything else, it's not reliable. Such as the banks. Look, my father has tried to make a separate bank with a different currency, trying to relate to everything the banks do, but better with the interest and loans that use blockchain technology, and he got arrested in the end.
Over there. You better go check it out.
But look, honestly, in the end, the whole entire concept around our economy
Tell me what you used to do back in high school.
And the price of fucking gold. That's it. I'm telling you, it's intrinsic value.
I used to jerk him with my hands.
Yeah, you're right.
Gold. It's all about the gold.
Yeah, you're right. No, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying that in the face of value, I think that like social weight, holding social weight, having people's support, and having, you know, whether that be local or whether that be, you know, more widespread, having people like you, and being popular is more valuable than being economically successful. For the reason that no matter how wealthy you become, sometimes the market won't help you in any way. Sometimes just everybody's fucked and you're one of them. But when you have people that love and support you, when you have a circle, it matters. So the reason why I was asking that first question in the first place is, when is an investment in social value not worth anything because it's all lies? I mean, we all have a persona, right? We all compose ourselves in a certain way. And we're not being true to ourselves. We never are. I mean, people aren't particularly good by nature. Anybody who...
That's the thing. Look, that's the thing. The only thing to really invest in is really, if you want to think of the social interaction, if social interaction was 100% true, then we'd be fucking doing amazing as a fucking world. But if social interaction was not 100% true, as in they're fake, look, social interaction itself is fake. People are fake. It's fucking, it's like a deadline. The world is going to end no matter what. People are going to end up killing other people as a challenge.
But not everybody lies all the time.
Okay, well, wait.
Yes, but that's the issue. That's the issue. People don't lie. Those people are going to be the smart ones. Those people are going to fucking make the change. Those people are going to be the ones that are looked at differently.
Well,
I'm telling you.
let me pull back
If you
and
fucking are staying true... Yes.
Sorry to interrupt. I just did want to say, to pull back and scope, I'm not saying that people only lie, but I don't think it's possible to only tell the truth either. I think that inherently, as humans, we are greedy, and despite being social creatures, we're selfish. But if we have a good society, if we have a good education system, if we have good social pressures, we'll push people to be better. And
like
just
black
by
people.
just by not entirely
That's good.
just
You hear the issue? That's
not
the issue.
by
I'm not.
by not being entirely yourself.
I
let me
swear I'm
wrap
not
up.
racist.
Let me just wrap it up really quick. I just did want to
It's not
say, by
racist,
not being entirely yourself, you're benefiting from it, I think.
That's the question. That's the question that people ask themselves, right? If they really want to be real or if they really want to be fake. But you know what? If you be organic, if you be real, everything happens for a reason. Everything comes to you for a reason. There's no matter what, you'll be successful if you act yourself and if you stay true to yourself. If you believe in giving. If you believe in greed and all that, you're gonna fail. You're gonna fail no matter what. It always overruns itself.
Terrible.
But other than that, if you think about yourself, right, and if you think that you're gonna be the truest to everyone that you meet around your fucking self, you're going to make it. You're going to be successful. You're gonna fucking not care about whatever anyone else thinks about you, right? And you're gonna make it. That's the thing. People are retarded. It comes to a day and age where the middle class and the lower class are all stupid and they're behind another generation. That's the issue. It really is. And the higher class are fucking behind a generation too. The only real ones that are really gonna fucking make it are the fucking ones who know how to fucking play computer games or to transfer files from one folder to the other. That's it. Like, if you think of it, people don't know how to work a computer. People don't know how to use the internet. It's really scary at this time because there's such an uneven gap between technology and human interaction. And it's really changing a lot. As you can see, social media has become flat out stupid. It's fucking retarded. There's challenges to fucking stick your thumb up your ass, probably. There's literally challenges for anything. Just to get popular. People are really sheep following the herd.
Okay, well,
That's
wait, let me...
sheep following the herd.
Let me once again pull back and scope a little bit, because when you're talking about value, I think you're largely talking about economic success, right? As opposed to spiritual success?
Well, not really. It's just human value. If you want to be a good person, be a good person. Don't fucking follow everyone. Really, you can't live following everyone for the rest of your life.
Wait. No, but here's the thing, right? No, I agree with you in that you should follow Greek logic, and that you should be able to convince yourself of things. You should be able to think things through and not accept things purely because people are saying them. I absolutely agree with you there, and I can see that a lot of people are just following the media because they feel like following the media. But here's the thing. Human value isn't necessarily determined by that. I think that human value has a lot to do with satisfaction, and it has a lot to do with bringing others around you satisfaction. So if that means following a pack mentality and telling everybody, exactly what they want to hear, if that makes them all happy, and if in turn that eventually makes you happy, is that wrong?
That is wrong.
No!
You're not being yourself. And look, I'm not some fucking hippie. I'm not some fucking, go read the Bible or some shit. But I'm telling you, the most generic thing is to be yourself, and the most fucking worthy thing is being yourself. That's the only thing. And look, you want to listen to other people? Don't fucking listen to them. I never listen to news.
Okay, wait.
You want to know what? I've made 20% returns on all my tradings, right? You know what? I put in 1,000, I get back fucking 20%. I put in 2,000 and get back 20%. I've learned how to get back 20%.
Wait, safe it.
It's just a simple fact, but that's just from...
What? Wait, wouldn't you want back more than 20% of what you invested?
No, you don't want to be greedy. You don't want to be greedy. Trust me.
Wait, let's just pull back.
So you lose money?
Get the fuck out of there.
Let's
That's how the market goes. There's only 20% gains on the market. You never...
Oh, shit.
Pull back.
On the pips of the market, you can only gain 20%. I know the market in and out. I know gold. I know silver. I know the euro versus the fucking USD. They're right now from Brexit making a lot of money. Brexit's fucked up a lot of shit.
Okay, wait. I do wanna pull back. Okay, so again, forgive me for all this, and that I know that I'm always pulling back in scope and I'm not talking about things really in depth, but that's kind of the point of the philosophy booth. That's, again, you're talking about economic success. And if that brings you happiness, that's fantastic. But who are you to dictate as to what's right and what's wrong in the face of other people making each other happy?
Well, you know what? The world is a fucking equation, and there's only one solution.
What?
That's the answer.
I'm
The world
so confused.
is set out to be an
If the
equation.
world's an equation,
really
whatever
is.
happened to variables?
You went from stupid to
Well,
smart
no,
and
the
back
variables-
to stupid again.
The
Okay.
variables
whatever
are in
happens
the
to
equation.
variables.
The variables are in the equation.
But nothing's 100%
variables are there.
predictable.
Well,
Look,
no, I mean, that's
human
just
interaction, right?
There's a certain amount
Fucking
of...
media, right? Gold, right? Currency.
Yeah, let's talk about money. Money
then
speaks to me. I like
Fucking
money.
Trump! Trump! For fuck's sake! You know
So,
Trump is
Sam,
what?
are you just
Trump
trying to
is
go off on a
fucking
rant without
racist.
any direction in general?
Goodbye!
Because
I
that's
made
what
it
you're
cool.
My philosophy is
Listen.
that, right?
Listen,
Cheeto
your
puff,
rebuttal is all
Exactly.
over the place.
Okay, wait.
It is! That's the point of the whole damn word!
Okay, wait.
Fuck the president!
I'm dying.
Okay.
I'm dying.
Okay, so wait.
Cheeto, dude.
Wait. Let me ask you a question. This is specifically for
Our
you.
president
Save faded.
is a TV
Save
show
faded.
fucking host.
Wait. Shh.
What?
Yes, I know that Trump is.
He's fucking
Trump's
annoying
election.
orange
Trump's
ass.
election was based largely on frustration from both parties, and it was also due to the fact that Hillary Clinton was elected as the candidate he
It's
was
'cause
running
we're
against.
fucking sexist.
There was a lot of that was not sexism. I mean, it might have been for some people, but largely I don't think it was. But no. That's not
Oh,
the.
you don't like
That's not the.
Hillary.
That's
Well,
not the
we're
argument.
sexist.
That's not the argument I want to start. Let's avoid that for a minute, and let me just again pull back and ask you: if the world is an equation,
Wait,
what is the
why
meaning
are
of
we
life?
talking about politics?
No. I'm
Why are
pulling.
we
Wait,
talking
shut the
about
fuck
He's
up.
politics?
narrowing the scope of the debate. Allow him to speak.
Okay, once again, if
I can't hear
all
you.
of
Speak again.
if all of life is an equation, if it's all in the variables, what is the meaning of life?
With the what? What is the what? Sorry.
What is the meaning of life?
So you want to commit suicide?
Be happy and don't hurt people.
The meaning of life? Exactly. Be happy, right? And live as if, it's the golden rule. Be treated as much as you want to treat
go
others.
Get stoned.
It's the golden
Be
rule.
happy.
And look. The only thing to really fucking worry about, right?
I'm vague.
Is if you shut the fuck up!
Oh boy.
I'm trying to talk to the man.
Oh,
So the thing to really worry about is just if you're following other people and if you seem as if you're in a trap. Because look, the government is set out to fucking rip your throat out and fucking give you anal from the ass, okay? Give you anal straight from the back, right? The government is gonna fucking shove their dicks as fucking far as they can out of your fucking throat. That's the point of the government. The government is to rule over a fucking objective. To govern a area of fucking life is basically what they're doing. And not only the government are working, but the fucking banks. The banks with their loans, with the fucking the policies.
I think we're
it's
getting a
all
little
in there.
off
It's
topic
all
again.
mixed.
Now we know all this, but how do we fix it?
No.
Yes.
Can I check? Can I just cut
How
in?
do we fix it? Rebel. When the day comes, the rebellion comes.
Anarchy
I'm telling
is
you,
only a temporary measure. It always falls into
No,
something like communism or
Well-
a autocracy.
Yes, that's the thing. That's the thing. The next generation are the ones who are gonna change it because they're so same-like, right? They're same-ist. So if they're all same, right? They're
Let's
gonna
be
fucking
honest.
want to change.
We've had several generations without much change besides a couple world wars. Well, let's be honest, those world wars didn't really solve anything.
Well,
They did solve a lot of
pushing-
money issues.
pushing down.
telling you that.
Well, that only because
Push-
the prosperity of the 50s didn't last not long, did it? And that was mainly because of World War II.
Can I cut in? I just did want to say that. I mean,
Yeah, Boss, what were you saying?
I was just going to say that in World War II, I can endorse the outcome, and that we did push down Nazi Germany. I mean, and don't get me wrong, there are still
Again,
there's
World
still
War II.
power around it. There's still power
Yeah,
around.
but think of the bonds.
Uh,
Think of the people who are funding the war. Think of Ford. Think of all the fucking companies.
I mean, here's the thing: is that
They were very big part of the war. Very big.
Take this
They
back
were
here.
the
Hey,
ones
Manic,
who
you
were
wanna buy
funding the
some
war.
weapons?
They were the ones who fucking were able
Okay,
to
what about
send
them?
people.
okay,
It's fucking all the companies, all the banks.
Oops, I'm
right?
starving. Let me get some food real quick.
You're still talking about economics though, and again, I'm trying to ask the question and get the answer. I'm trying to get an answer for the fact.
Well, what is the main?
The meaning of life,
what is
right?
the main goal?
I want to return to that. The meaning of life, right? So, is it subjective or is it universal? Is there a meaning for each of us as a collective, or is it simply for us all to find our own reasons to be happy?
It's subjective, right?
No,
but it's subjective to result into universal.
Yes.
Did you hear me?
I want to
So
buy a gun.
it's subjective, but due
It's
to the fact that it's
subjective?
subjective for everybody, it's universal.
Oh, you want to buy a gun? All right. Follow
Yes, yes, because
do.
everyone
I
will
wanna buy
find
a
their
gun.
own
buy a gun
fucking
right here.
gift, right?
Behind you.
And once everyone finds their own gift, then we'll all go together,
buy a
right?
gun.
We're all gonna come together, and we're all gonna fucking be happy. That's gonna be it.
You guys can
If
do
we all
that.
find our own gift.
I'm satisfied
and
with being by
express-
myself. I'm good.
Exactly. There are
buy a
people who
gun.
are satisfied by themselves, who are satisfied without making new friends
gun.
because they already have good friends. They already have
you need
trustworthy
food
friends.
first, man.
A lot of people out here are not fucking trustworthy.
Friends?
A lot of people out here want to steal money.
Where?
So,
Exactly.
so if the meaning of
Exactly.
life
Buy a
is
gun.
People are not fucking worthy.
try and
You
find a
don't
gun
need
dealer,
other
bud.
people, but if you find your own
Alright,
self,
alright,
right? If
Well,
you
I'm
find
fantastic.
yourself. Oh my god. Hold on. Can you? Okay. Look. Singly, right? If you find your purpose, you'll be successful, right? But if you find other people and you're universal with other people and you keep on focusing on other people's lives, you won't be successful. You'll be focusing on other people's lives.
okay. So wait, before I get into that, I did want to pull back one more time, in that if the meaning of life is universally subjective, what if somebody finds satisfaction in being a follower? Does that pull them away from subjectivity, and does that come into pure
Well, that means-
universal happiness?
That
And
means the
if
government.
so, is the
or
meaning of
whoever-
life founded in satisfaction?
Yes, it's called instant gratification. It's as simple as that. It's how you obtain that instant gratification. If you attain that, right, through a following proposition, right? If you attain that through a following proposition, then you are a fucking follower. Then you are never to make it. You are never to make millions. You are never to be successful. You are never to make a change. But if you're gonna not do that, and you're gonna make it through all the hard work and all the major trials and tribulations that you have to go through as going through this process, then you're a fucking warrior. Then you're a fucking hero. Then you're the one that's gonna fucking change a group
Now-
of people or a certain amount of people for the better. That's just it.
May I offer a counter argument, Save? So, correct me if I'm wrong, but basically what you're saying is you need to be a leader so that you can fight through the hard times, correct?
If you're a leader of yourself and you fight through those hard times, then yes, you have made it.
is
If you're just a
Okay.
follower and find instant gratification through other people, then you're just a follower and you need to fucking hit the bus. You need to go into the camp, right, where the Jews are and burn.
Right. Well,
It's
see,
just basically
from
it's
my
why-
experience
it's why-
growing up in a church, a lot of people
Yeah.
would just be taught to be a leader. And the issue with that is you can only have so many leaders. If you have everyone as a leader, no one is a leader or a follower, and everything falls apart
yeah.
because there's no hierarchy, there's no leadership then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, relate back to the Native Americans, right? Relate back to the Native Americans. They were nomads. They never believed in holding a certain piece of land and saying it's theirs.
Well,
right? They always moved on.
That
They
depends
always
on which
moved on.
tribe you talk about. They actually had a very cultured civilization.
Well, it was
Yeah,
a,
they
it was
had
a collective of
territory, right?
it was a collective of
around them.
civilizations. Some of them
Right.
believed in taking
Right.
land, some
Yes,
of them didn't.
yes.
But no,
Yeah.
can
You know
I
what?
take the
The real ones were-
microphone right quick? Again, I know that I'm pulling things back
We should
again,
like get a dupe microphone set up.
but you're going a million miles an hour here. And I just okay. So let's suppose that satisfaction. Let's accept satisfaction being the ultimate meaning of life as being an axiom. Okay. So if somebody is purely satisfied in making the world a worse place and doing the worst possible things that they can, is there anything wrong with that? I mean, if they decide ultimately that they want to kill as many people as they possibly can, who's to tell them to stop if that's their
Yes.
if that's what ultimately satisfies them to their core?
You know what? Well, that comes around to where everything happens for a reason. There's literally a actual
Watch this turn into
equal,
economics. Watch it.
there's something in the universe that comes back around. It's not karma specifically, but it's like one reaction leads to another action, right? Or one action leads to a reaction, right? If someone goes out and fucking kills a whole bunch of people, right, because they think it's the best for them, they're gonna be thrown into jail, or rather killed themselves, right? So what goes around comes around, but those people who are killed, right?
As a present.
Those people who were killed, right?
up,
They are
McAllister?
granted the eternity that they were given. So as long as, you know, they were killed, right? Innocent people are granted the eternity that is spoken about when death comes. It's the thing that people do, right? And it's these simple actions that have reactions to it. What goes around comes around. It all comes back to that. Whatever action has a reaction. That's why there's a positive and a negative atom in the fucking universe. You know? It's literally two fucking polar opposites that happen at the same time. The universe is not predictable. The outcome is not predictable. What is predictable is what you do and what you fucking want to do into changing the universe.
Okay, wait,
if
I want to
grab
pursue
a whole
that.
bunch of group of people at the end of the day.
I want to pursue that. I'm sorry, again, I do kind of have to interrupt in that you are moving very quickly and going through a lot.
It's okay.
And I wanted to hone in, alright? So, I could have thrown in a bunch of things at different times there, but I want to... Should we hire a hitman? He's on top of the building.
So while we're at a pause here, Faust, how you doing on food? I got some for you.
I'm doing okay right now, thank you though. Okay, so free will,
Okay.
right? You talk, or no, not, well, yes, free will. You were talking about the continuity of the universe
It
and
is
that
free
it's
will.
not entirely
Yes.
predictable in any way.
Entitled to free will.
How can that be
Yes.
proven? How can you prove that the timeline isn't
How?
in any way guaranteed?
Well, look at the atoms. Look at the atoms and every single action that has happened between one country or the other, or one civilization between the other. Every action had a reaction, right? There's always a reaction, right? There's no doubt about it. If you hit a fucking desk, that desk will make a noise. The desk
Sure, it's
will shake,
predictable.
the desk will maybe even break. There's always a reaction to every action. There's no predicting, though, what could happen based upon chances. There are also chances and there are also reactions. Reactions are fucking predictable, chances are not. And there's always a shit ton of them motherfuckers. Trust me, there's a chance that someone could come to your fucking house and kill you right then and there on the spot. But there's an also chance that you can fucking hit the lottery tomorrow and win. There's a chance for everything.
So, wait, I did just want to come in and say, so first of all, if everything is unpredictable, if I take my water bottle here and I release it, can I not trust that it's going to fall to the floor? It's guaranteed, right? I know that it's going to happen.
Trust that it's not gonna what? Sorry.
That it's no, I can trust 100% that it's going to fall to the ground. Gravity will take effect. A scientific truth.
Yeah.
A humanitarian axiom, right? So no, but on a broader scale, all right? Who's to say that every reaction, everything that's either predictable or unpredictable, everything that is open to a slew of chances, hasn't already been selected by time in the universe, that things aren't already all laid out before us and we're not just riding the roller coaster? We're just having, we have the illusion that we have free will, but what if it's all already guaranteed?
And that's where the human fucking finds blockade and relies on a mythical or magical creature, you know? We don't have that specifically written out for us. We don't have it written in any form of sense, right? We don't have nothing related to what the fuck causes the universe to act the way it acts, right? But we do rely on one thing, and that's called belief. If we believe in something, right, then we will follow true with it, and we will grant it for whatever comes from it. That's the thing. If we access the belief, right, and we follow it, then we'll get whatever comes back from it. So if we follow people, we'll get the same reaction of people following us, right? Or people being our friends, or being popular. Like saying if you follow a trend. If you follow a trend, you'll have other people as well with you. Now the thing is, whoever decides that is a mythical or magical association. You don't have 100%. That's the human blockade. That's where we're so dumb and small that we can't even think of who the fuck created the universe. Because again, 2 conversations between me and you, this conversation is way big for us. It's way too big. It's for people who are great, who are fucking fought, who have fought. It really is.
Why?
Why?
I don't agree with that.
Because
Then why are we talking
we've
about
already
it?
had.
If it's so big that we can't comprehend it, then what's the point of arguing?
We would
it?
have to.
It obviously
we would
isn't
have
as
to-
big if we are able to make our own opinions on it.
Because we would have to have interaction between a group of people and make them move a certain way that they believe as us as a god. We would have to
That's
be
called
looked at
conversion.
as a god.
Religion.
That's called
well,
conversion.
that's
It sounds
the thing.
very religious.
That's what everyone
Wait.
does. Yeah, and everyone
Can I cut
does
in?
that. Even the government does it, but not over a religion type of way.
Can I cut
They
in?
do it over a conservative way and a liberal way. There's political parties, right? A Republican and Democrat. You can
Right.
be both of either, or you can be the other one, right? You can be the third one, which is a liberal or
Wanna buy
fucking
some
conservative.
drugs?
It's just dependent
Nah, I got
on
some, no
what
thanks.
you
Good.
follow. It depends on what
I'm
you
already straight
see
players,
and what
Jim.
you follow.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Yeah,
Can I
I'm
cut
drunk.
in?
You don't wanna buy
Fuck.
drugs?
This isn't at all
Nah, I
about
got some, thanks. man.
politics or religion. Okay, this is purely about the fundamentals of the universe and how we perceive it. Okay. So here's the thing: as I was talking about free will and whether or not the universe could possibly be all laid out before us and we're just playing along the ride. What if? Okay, so consider this. What if we only perceive time the way that we do in seconds and minutes and hours? What if we only perceive
somebody for some reason, and I don't know why?
What if we only perceive time the way that we do
I can't
because
drop 'em.
we're human? It's the only way we can interpret the passage of the universe. What if time passing is only something that we interpret because it's the only way that our brains can recognize and sort of create an image of the universe around us? What if time isn't something that's linear? What if it's something that's flexible?
That is time. Time, you know what time is? Time has been the measurement of the fucking sun and the fucking moon, right? We've always related time to the measurement of the moon and the sun and rotation, right? It's not really a thing. Time isn't a thing. Time is of the essence. Time is mythical. Space-time. We only rely on the time between space-time, so as when the sun goes up and the sun goes down and the moon goes down and the moon goes up, right? We don't have an actual reference of time. Time is so out of our hand that we just place a number between it so that we can fucking tell when to go to sleep, when to go to bed, when to eat dinner, when to eat breakfast, when to eat lunch. It's all a simulation, not into a crazy sense, right? But that's just some subject that's not explainable. Because when we have time is inevitable, time is unlimited, time is made up. Time is made by humans.
So
Time was made by a fucking human. Not a fucking great god, not a mountain, not anything else that has been on this earth for as long as we can even see.
Okay, so wait. Okay, so I mean, I do agree in that time is a construct, but here's the thing: we only have created measurements of time because it's how we experience it. I mean, we all experience time the same way, don't we? I mean, granted,
But
at
it's
times
bullshit.
our brain kind of slips in and out of focus, and we don't remember certain things, and certain days feel shorter and longer than others. But it's something that we're all experiencing in the same way, right? Gender
But
is a
also,
social
we have the right as well, you know. Since humans have the right to do anything, we have the right to prescribe other humans with different diseases and different disabilities. We have the right to do whatever. Humans have evolved, right, to really learn.
Cheese.
Okay.
But
You know what? It's just like, it's only a matter of fucking time until the world decides it's done with everyone, right? And hauls over the big meteor that's coming towards us and fucking says, hey, hit the fucking earth now. These idiots are retarded and degenerate. Let them go to waste. Because in my eyes, I am very smart and I believe in one thing, and the one thing is just belief, right? I only believe in believing. That's the thing. I don't believe in a specific thing because the world isn't set out to believe in a specific thing. The world is inevitable. The world's creative.
what's
You
happening?
just gotta fucking go through it with a nice and positive
Dude, he
attitude.
doesn't
So other
stop.
humans don't believe in killing you.
He doesn't
That's the
stop,
real issue.
dude.
If you don't make it to the end of the road,
He
you've
just
already
keeps
failed
going.
as a human.
Okay, so I did just kind of want to turn to that. So the only reason that I brought up time the way that I did is I kind of wanted to focus scope on the fact that I'm focusing on like really broad things that kind of encompass all of existence and all. What's the way to put it?
Yeah.
All thought processes combined, I suppose, just humanity in general. So
Well,
here's the thing: is that when you've been
nowadays.
talking about economics, you've been talking a lot about value as if social value is the same thing as economic value. I mean, do you believe that that's true?
social value, yes, social value is the same as economics because people are driven to do whatever. People are driven to buy things. People are driven to sell things. People are driven by the news. That's the issue. The issue is the higher-ups, right? The elite are not explaining how they're being so rich. The elite are not explaining what to do, but they're enforcing it. They're enforcing the people to follow. They're making brands. They're making different sorts, all sorts of economic issues, but not issues, but I'd say economic products, I'd say, for people to follow. And those are the people who are focusing on the economics. For all the teenagers care, they care about the fucking next music that's coming. We live in a world where music is our fucking next ordeal, or what the trend is. It's rather a trend or music that people really care about. But in retrospect, the real thing to care about is what you're going to be in 5 years. Where you're going to be in 5 years. What's going to happen in 5 years. Retrospect, we're focused on so much shit that's not fucking relevant to now that we might as well would be killed off in natural selection, because that's what's coming. Natural selection is a real thing. It happens. It happens with shootings. It happens with deaths. I'm gonna tell you straight up, Frost. I'm gonna tell you straight up, 2 months before my school was shot up in Parkland Isles, right? Parkland, Marjorie Stoneman Douglas, I went to there. I left that school 2 months before it was shot up. And look, everything happens for a reason. I'm telling you, I was smarter than everyone. I was happy to leave, right? And I'm not naive. The thing is, people there were just selfish. And they got shot up in the end. That's what happened. They were selfish. And what they do after it, they made it a product. I look up online on GoFundMe.com, MSD, hundreds of thousands of dollars to millions of dollars donated for dead people. It's really fucked up. The world's a fucked up place. You never trust anyone or anything that happens. That's the real cause. And that's why I'm fucking doing great. I'm doing great. What? Time in the past. Well, see, the past, I look on the past. I can look on the past as in my school got shot up, right? I could look on the past that I wasn't there. I could look on the past that I'm here for a reason. Because if I was in the building, right? If I was in the building to get shot up, if I was even at school, right? Because I left 2 months before I signed out. Swear on my life. I signed out 2 months before. But if I was there, I would run up to that kid because you know what? You know the shooter Nicholas Cruz? His brother, Zach Cruz, I skated with him for 6 years. I knew his brother by a brotherly sentence. Like, I knew his brother so well that kid slept over my house. It was so real that I knew everyone. I knew everyone that was a part of it. I knew everything that happened on that day. I did my research, and it looks like a setup, and I'm just trying to get the fucking key to know that this shit was a setup. Because I'm not going crazy, but I know my area, and my area is meant for that shit to happen.
So, wait.
It's meant for money to come out of it.
I'm just gonna ask, what about people not leaving made them selfish? I mean, did you tell them that you saw what was coming? And if so, did you tell the authorities? And courage. No, I didn't see what was coming, right? I didn't see anything that was happening. The only thing that I saw was the aftermath. How people reacted afterwards, right? They acted as a cult, and they acted as a fundraiser for everyone who died. Yes, but you know what? All those people there are rich as fuck. I know Parkland Isles in and out. I know Heron Bay. It costs $1 million to live there. I swear on my life, it's every rich white kid's fucking dream paradise that there is. After the fact of the shooting happening, they boasted. They boasted about the fucking deaths, and they made GoFundMes, GoFundraisers, right? Me, I don't think shit, right? I don't think shit.
But if I was there, right? If I was there, I knew the kid who was shooting up the place. I knew Nick. I knew his brother Zachary Cruz. I skateboarded with him. Me and him used to skate to Betty Skate Park, Straddling Skate Park, down Coral Springs. Literally 5 miles away from the fucking neighborhood. Why do you think you got out? Well, the only reason why I got out was because I left. I chose myself, right? You know why? Because school was getting in the way of what I wanted to do. I was chosen to leave because I wanted to do what I wanted to do. I didn't want to follow school anymore. I didn't want to fucking sit in the class and listen to a teacher who thinks that they're smarter and they're better than me, right? Because they're really not. Parkland was filled with a whole bunch of fake people. It was so bad. It was bad to the point where I had to leave. And not only did I leave, but I did go to my grandma's house. And I did leave to my mom's house. And I did online school, right? I left the whole entire area because I did online school. And it got better. It got better. I started to learn about the stock market. I started to learn about how making money and how the world works. And I fucking got it. The key clicked, and I was just realizing what the actual meaning of us are fucking here to do. And that's just to spread the word, and hopefully we make it to the kingdom. Because we're all trying to make it to the kingdom in the end.
So...
It's all about the kingdom.
You said before that you were just smart enough to leave. What about it has anything to do with intelligence if you're just uncomfortable with the way the school functioned? I mean, I can tell you there are fake people in every school. In general, the public education system is not great. That much I understand. You can get to the kingdom.
You know what? They were teaching false history about blacks, right? And they were making slavery seem as if it was okay back then. That's the thing. The fucking books were way off guard, right? And my father was the one to point this out. And then I started paying attention to my online school because I left way before. It came to a point where I wasn't even trying in school. That's the reason why I had to leave, because my grades were fucking up. It was my junior year. I left 2 months before it got shot up, though. But on the other hand, I left because my grades were fucking totally trash. But in the end, though, I really started to pay attention to the history books and what was written online and what was real and what was not. And what made sense and what did not. And the thing that I really saw was the Broward schools, right? The fucking Broward Department of Education was posting and publishing books from old in, like, 2014, right? But they were all false. They were all saying that black people were hanging around the campfire and they were all calling Native Americans Indians. They were very racially profiled and false. And that's where I kind of look back. If you think of it and you're learning the same exact thing over and over again, then you are going to fucking connect to that certain thing and you're going to follow. You're going to be a trend. And that's why trending is an actual thing of the day, is because it's an actual specific thing that humans do. Humans follow other humans because they think it's the fucking right thing to do. They think that they're not left out and they think that they're instantly gratified. It's called instant gratification, and that's the issue that we have today.
Okay, well, no, I mean, I absolutely do agree in that a lot of people do tend to be followers as opposed to path pavers. And that, it is kind of gratifying to belong. And I understand that need very much. I was homeschooled and I didn't really have enough social interaction, I don't think.
Yeah, I'm homeschooled as well.
But no, I mean, that's just it, is that I don't blame people for that. I think that it's very natural. Now, I do think that as people get older, you know, as their prefrontal cortex develops, and by the time that they're 25 or over...
They mature.
That's the point at which they should probably start thinking on a more logical level. They should start actually weighing as to what is true and what isn't, and why they're there, and what they want to do with their life.
But
I mean, here's the thing. I mean, I just want to return to what you were saying in that, you know, I don't think it had anything to do with ignorance with the students. I mean, I do agree that the school system isn't great, but I don't know if that was the best thing for you to say.
What?
What you said before, you said that you got out of the school because you were smart and they were ignorant and it got shut up.
Get the hell out of here!
Well, no. Yeah, I left because I didn't like the way that I was being taught. I didn't like the way that I was taking in information.
Sure.
It was just like a test point of view. You know, you given a test, you're supposed to fill it out, but are you really given a lesson? And are you really given a full one-on-one interaction of what you think how the fucking history or whatever went down? But what you did say, though, when they grow up, when people grow up, right, it just happens in a bigger scale. it's a bigger scale when people actually start following. It becomes such a bigger scale that people hop on Facebook. That's why political parties are made. Political parties are made to follow and boast about, to post, right? People go out, people go to bars, get drunk for no reason and come home. They get drunk to have a good time, but what are you getting accomplished in the time that you're drunk? There's nothing. If you want to make the world a better place, you gotta help on that and you gotta work on that. The only people who are doing that are the ones who are fucking happy and the ones who can sleep at night and make it through the next day and the next year and the next month with anything they want. You know, what goes around comes around, and that's what everyone really needs to fucking know. It's just simple as that. What goes around comes around.
I mean, here's the thing: is that finding purpose in life. I think that there is, you know, a problem in that a lot of people, you know, as we have kind of pushed religion aside. In Western society, there hasn't really been something to replace it.
Issue.
You know, some people find purpose through economics, some people find purpose through children. But when you're young, direction, it's not easy to find it. And I think, again, it makes it a lot easier to just want to belong to something, to instantly follow along with some sort of political, you know, a political party or some sort of bias or another. It's much easier to fall into that because you aren't really given a lot of clay with which to shape your life. So it doesn't really surprise me that people end up being drunk because it can be hard to find, you know, to find your own purpose. You know, I don't think a lot of people are capable of that.
Yeah.
I can't be a libertarian because I don't trust people to make rational decisions. And when you give people a full life and you tell them to make the most of it, it's a hell of a task to find meaning and turn it into something worth remembering and worth living.
Exactly. That is why the people who actually do that are really happy and make so much success that they were... You know what? The thing is, though, with success is people can rather take it for a fucking economical situation, or they can take it for a political, or they can take it for a bettering the world situation, right? Such as you make so much money that you give to other countries and you start up programs that help other countries, that you're making a huge impact on the population that is dying because they're starving to death. There's a population out there that starves to death on a daily. And that's just because the ignorance of these countries not giving money in for these places because of taxing, because of greed, because of everything. It's just the way that people walk around the earth. Look, in the end, it's not a debatable factor. It's a factor of what you're going to do, and what you want to do, and what you want to see, and what you want to be.
Hold on, I'm going to be right back.
Because you can't rely upon other people.
We can pick this up where we left off. I'll be right back. I do want to include some more people in it, though, so I'm going to come back to asking more broad questions.
I have food. I have food.
No, I'll grab some. Thank you. This guy, he, like, says smart things every now and then, but that's out of, like, a massive amalgam of brain feces. I don't want to be too mean to him because he is trying to apply himself here, but every other thing he says is a contradiction.
Well,